Big Finish Audio, Lady Christina, Outback. So,
Fine.
space butterflies.
Yep.
It brings whole new meaning to everything in Australia wants to kill you.
Yeah. It makes sense. It's Australia.
Yeah.
And
And Sam's getting to meet more and more of Chrissy's family.
yes, and Christina's now the proud owner of some land. Well, gave it away, but I think legally what they probably did was she retained ownership. She's just like, yeah, you could just use it.
Yeah.
It's like that way if she wants to sell it after, he passes on or she decides to move away, it's like, I still have control. Yeah, worst case scenario, I can tell them buzz off if they start abusing it. That from a legal standpoint.
They're the caretakers.
Yeah. If as long as they continue to be caretakers, it's like whatever. You live there, do what you want. Just keep it taken care of, and I don't really care. I don't have the time to go out here and manage it, so you go do that.
And they're your butterfly people.
Yeah. Well, and she probably just walked away with a bunch of fun little artifacts that.
Oh, that wasn't her.
Okay, so who can make that many artifacts disappear? It would have to be somebody who can move them very quickly.
She used that pen thing that she used to make Sam float out of the bus, and that she used to levitate that the castle.
Yeah, it's just like,
She
yeah.
just scooped everything up at once and just like,
I have a
bye-bye.
bus.
Yeah.
She turned a new leaf. She's good now.
Yes. She didn't steal it. It was part of the property that was left to her. You just didn't pick it up fast enough to catch. That there.
Yeah, she didn't steal it. That was technically her property.
Exactly.
She just took it to sell it off, like most family do when their loved one dies.
Yeah, it was. She just inherited stolen property. That's all it was. And you didn't ever see it. I don't know that they ever saw it themselves.
Yeah, they did.
Okay. Yeah, okay. But yeah, it's like,
they didn't.
Do you have any proof that you saw a bunch of, stuff? Did you take pictures? No. Then you say there was all this stuff, but then when I look, it's gone. There's nothing there. And did you see her move it out? No. Do you see her with it? No. So can you prove that she took it? No, but she has a flying bus. Well, you're just crazy. No, there's no such thing as a flying bus. You're clearly crazy. What are you going to tell me? There's now, space butterflies.
Well, I mean, Unit would believe all that.
Oh, Unit would, but a judge. You're telling me, in an effort to contain, to track her down because her father was turning into gems, you tracked her. And while you were tracking her, you ran into a crater that spawns butterflies that fly up into space. Giant butterflies that fly up into space. Okay? And while you were out this place where the giant butterflies flew into space, you went downstairs and saw loads of wonders of artifacts in the base, in a hidden compartment. You took no pictures. You didn't get a chance to arrest who you thought stole them, But somehow when you came back, they were gone. But there was no team, no movers or anybody came by to lift them up and get them out of there. So you're saying by herself, this woman took these artifacts out of the basement, out of this secret compartment, put them onto her flying bus, and then flew out of Australia. Yes, that's precisely what we're saying happened. You're nutters.
I think that I don't. I think it doesn't matter if Chrissy stole them or not. Sam just wants to get handcuffs on her. And I think Jackie's a little bit jealous.
Well, I mean, that's why threesomes were invented.
Yes, it is. Actually, no, it's not, because that's what polyamory is for.
Which,
Threesomes are a different thing.
well,
Yeah,
a
but
polyamorous group could
Polyamorous.
have a threesome, but not all threesomes are polyamorous.
yeah, but I don't think she would really have any romantic feelings for Christina.
No. But polyamory, you don't have to be involved with all the members. Like, a polyamorous person can have multiple partners, and as long as that person is okay, the other people are okay with that, they don't have to be involved with each other. So Sam could be involved with both of them, and they don't have to be involved with each other because they're like, we're not that kind of girlfriends. We're just gal pals. And we just share Sam because I don't have time for a steady relationship, and neither does she. And Sam's off gallivanting the world anyways, so we just have fun when we want.
I gotta say though, Christina's family doesn't really have the greatest track record of not fucking things up.
Yeah. But I mean, she went that long without fucking things up. She just wanted the fountain of youth.
And she became a beautiful larva thing.
Yeah.
I mean that caterpillar probably would have loved her.
I'm an abomination. I shouldn't exist.
Yeah, but I'm sure Chrissy still larvaed her.
Oh. Hey, it's my job to make him groan.
Only in private.
Am I the pincushion this time?
Yep.
No, but you're the pun cushion.
I gotta say though, being eaten by a giant caterpillar, probably one of the worst ways to go.
I don't know. You'd be
No,
crushed
burning
in
alive
the
is
jaws
worse.
pretty quickly. I would think it would at least be quick.
No, I don't mean in the terms of being painful. That's just embarrassing.
Oh, yeah. It probably is one of the most embarrassing ways to go,
I
aside
don't
from
know.
that
You're
toilet.
facing down a giant caterpillar, a giant alien caterpillar. I think that's a pretty good story. Like somewhere in the hereafter, it's like, how did you go? It's eaten by a giant space caterpillar.
Yeah.
Oh.
Imagine between that or getting stuck up someone's butt, shrinking down and getting stuck up a giant's butt, or dying on the toilet, or
Yeah. That's
there are way
pretty
worse.
that's a pretty blazing way of going out. It's like
No. If I got stuck in a giant's butt and I somehow survived that, I'd be like, just kill me now.
Yeah.
this
Like I
is
said, there are
defilements
worse
of.
We
Like in
speak to no one about this.
like the deleted scene or whatever, the thing of Ant-Man shrinking down and going into Thanos's butt to kill him.
Was that actually a deleted scene, or was that just a meme?
I
I think
don't
it's just
know.
a
I know it's a
meme.
meme. I don't know if it was a deleted scene or not.
Yeah, I don't think it
I
was a deleted scene.
I
I think it
haven't
was just a funny meme, but still, yeah, it's that sort of thing.
It's a deleted meme.
Oh, well, at this point, at this point, at least it's died down.
Yeah.
Uh,
Space butterflies.
and we still don't know what happened to her dad. Like,
Nope.
He's off somewhere.
Although
Probably
last
decorating a
scene,
museum somewhere.
not with pearls for eyes. Of course, by the point, like, assuming it continues to progress.
No, I meant as in he's a new exhibit at a
Oh,
museum.
okay, there we go.
uh,
Depends on if it continues to, get worse. Like, at some point, like, him going off in the speedboat, like, a couple days later, he's just, maybe even a day later, he's just Jim's then, if it continues to progress. He's just, somebody finds a speedboat with the throttle poured down, but the gas is empty, and the driver's seat is full with gems, and there's a big bag of gems. Just sort of a speedboat off the coast of Zanzibar.
No, I'm just imagining later in the future, Christina's wearing like this new shiny gem encrusted ring, and someone's like, "Oh, that's a nice ring. Oh, thank you. It was my father." You mean it was your father's? No. It was my father.
they can do that, you know.
I know. Yeah, they take your ashes and they like compress it down.
Yep.
No, if ever in the future I had to get like my leg amputated or something, I think I'll do that and be like, yeah, it was my leg. Like, it's like everything wants to kill me, and there are very small things. Like, it's like not every. It's not like everything can kill you in Australia. I mean, trust me, they want to. It's just some are too small.
Yeah, but even the small stuff can kill you.
True. But I love how she runs into an orb weaver spider, and it's like it's harmless, which they are.
Yeah.
I mean, they're huge, but harmless.
I love how big tough Jackie McGee, who's like all sass, is like a quivering mess of like terror in this one. It's like, hey, you wanted to come with me. Road trip. Yeah, but I didn't think we'd be in Australia.
You're out back. And here I thought they were just gonna go to the Outback Steakhouse.
I'm sure that's what Jackie thought he meant. This is not the kind of date night I had in mind. And that's the real reason she went with. He promised to take her to the Outback, and she thought he meant they were going on a date.
Outback Steakhouse. And I gotta say, this is like the first time they didn't try to bring her in.
Yeah.
Although I'm guessing he just like gave up on it because it's like she's gonna escape anyway, so what's the point?
No, he just got too attached. And now he wants to get the cuffs on her for a very different reason.
It's not like she's done anything particularly evil.
Yeah, and aside from trying to track her father so that he doesn't do anything dangerous, like, I don't know, try to cut other people before he dies and spread the disease. As long as he doesn't do anything dangerous. But knowing him, he is a douchebag. He probably would.
Oh, he's probably using his body as his own personal bank right now.
Maybe. Gives new meaning to, damn, that cost an arm and a leg.
Yeah. It does.
And very new meaning to the phrase selling yourself.
It's like, I sell my body every day. And later on, the butterflies come back to Earth and start devouring all the humans.
That would be interesting.
Or their numbers have grown.
I love how Christina calls Sam out on his Chrissy now, is this? Like, Christina. Uh-huh. Getting a little attached, are we?
I kind of want to see an episode where Christina runs into the doctor again, but the female doctor is like, "Well, you changed.
That would be hilarious.
Got some improvements, I see."
Well, the other thing on this is also an interesting thought. I didn't like. It didn't click to me, but I'm not very well versed in British politics and whatnot. But if she's lady, is her father a lord? And if he's a lord, is he in the House of Lords? Like, is she a hereditary heir of, like, if you have, and if he does have a seat in the House of Lords, like, if something happens to him, if I don't know, does she have siblings? Like, would that fall to her? Would she become, like, because then she like the funny thing about the full name of the House of Lords is they're the how was it the what was it called they're formally called the Right Honorable the Lords Spiritual and Temporal of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland in Parliament assembled. So she would be a spiritual and temporal lady, rather spiritual and temporal lady. So she would be technically a time lady. That's if he's actually a lord. Like
Well,
the Lady D'Souza is like is an actual that's an actual title. She is nobility, and her
she is a
father and her
he
father.
because he has been called Lord Alfred.
Yeah, if that's actually a thing in that universe, that he is actually a hereditary lord, like he's got a seat in the House of Lords. If he, when he, because that's a thing. You can be there. They've been trying to like cap how many of those there are, but uh, there are hereditary lords, and so if he was an actual lord and had a seat there, and she doesn't have any siblings, then it would the hereditary like line would pass to her, and she would become Lady D'Souza and be a full, you know, she would be in the House of Lords,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
I don't know if he's of the House of Lords, but he is a lord.
Yeah, that was just sort of a thought. Like, are there any lords that aren't in the House of Lords? Like, is that a title specifically for some people in the Lords? And if he is, has political power, and it is a like he could also be a lord who was added in, but it sounded like they had the family was aristocratic, and if they
Yeah,
were aristocratic, then it's probably a hereditary title. If it's a hereditary title, there's a decent chance that he's a hereditary lord, and if he's a hereditary lord and he falls to pieces, then quite literally, and he's no longer around, then if she has no siblings to contest, then she would become uh, an actual House of Lords lord. I think. I'm sure there's probably some British people in the comments. Oh no, that's not how that quite works. But I mean, from what I understand, that's how hereditary lordships work. It's like, yes, if your father was a lord and you're the only you're the eldest, or you're the only, you get that seat upon their death. You become that, and then you get all the little privileges and extras that come with that. I don't know if any of her previous misdeeds ever, disqualify her from being.
I mean, if previous misdeeds disqualified,
Yeah,
he's been in prison.
yeah. So I mean, I don't think so, but yeah, she did. That would mean that if her mother has clearly been
Never.
gone a while, and he has the lordship, it's comes from him, and I don't know that I've ever heard her talk about siblings. So if that's the case, then she would have
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I never heard any mention of siblings.
So yeah, she could become like a House of Lords, you know, lady, and become a lady temporal, space of spiritual and temporal,
Mhm.
become a time lady. Uh, but
That's the real reason she's tracking down her father.
yeah, and it's not a nothing position, because you get to vote on things and for the rest of your life, and you get a stipend. You get a certain per diem, I think, for just whatever you need. If you're a lord in the House of Lords, you get a stipend. You get to vote on things in the.
That's probably the case then, because he clearly is really bad with money.
Yeah, you get
He's
a.
been using her money like this whole time.
Yeah, so I mean, like, yeah, if he's a, you know you get to wear a fancy outfit, go to the House of Lords and vote on things, and you get a stipend and some other things. I think there are a few benefits to, and people have to call you Lord or Lady, whatever it is. Like that's your title. You actually have a title, and that's what you were to be called. But yeah, I know this got way off of the Outback, but it's an interesting thing given that the current situation in the story that we have no idea if her father is even still alive as much as he can be. Like we don't know if he ran off and disappeared. So like if he disappears long enough, they just like he's clearly dead. Cassandra, Christina, you're now you've inherited the position. We need you to come for a vote. Oh man. Here, put on this fancy outfit. I want to go steal stuff.
Well, you can.
and
You can steal taxes from the poor.
and then I want I want to go mess around with alien stuff. Do that once you've voted. Aw. Here's your stipend. Oh, okay. That's nice.
Can I at least boss around soldiers now?
No.
Damn it.
Only
Can
through
I-
legislation. And even then, it's got to start in the House of Parliament, and then it goes, well, not the House of Commons rather, and then it goes to the House of Lords, and they get to approve or disapprove it. I think bills have to start in Parliament. It's just the upper house gets to say whether they approve or not. They usually do, but it can get bounced back. It can theoretically get bounced back and forth. I think they mostly just rubber stamp what Parliament says, but I think for the most, it goes back and forth. And there may be issues where, yeah, they do say no or whatnot. There's a chance that they can, but they usually don't. I don't know. Anyway. There wasn't a lot to this. It was some interesting things, but for the most part, we got a lot of. I basically summarized it in the first sentence I said. It's like
it was mostly fan service.
So, does Star Trek have any giant butterflies?
no, but it does have the Farpoint
Giant
aliens, which
jellyfish.
are that, and there are they have sort of a jellyfish like, and they've got Geckley, which they look more like sort of a ray sort of thing, less like a butterfly, more like a really flabby ray. I have to look at it again, but there's a non-zero chance that at some point they have had to deal with a space butterfly.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been space flies.
Hey, the doctor has dealt with that.
True.
It could have also been a bugbear.
Oh, I ran into an ad on Facebook for for like the new series of The Doctor's Daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have it on pre-order already.
Nice.
Of course she does. This is Doc. She's always yeah.
I'm ahead of you there. I also have the next 4 unit audios on pre-order.
You know, I find it kind of funny, aside from like some blogs we still do, we've gone from the Milo Pony channel to the Doctor Who-esque channel.
Well, Big Finish Audio channel.
Yeah, that's why I said Doctor Who-esque, because it's all in the same universe.
But
The Hooniverse,
The Who-universe.
as it is affectionately called.
Well, do we have anything more to throw in on this?
Oh, let me think.
I still need to write that Jackie, Chrissy, Sam three-way story.
Yeah. Oh, I got something. Maybe it's not a great idea to go inside a mysterious light
Yeah.
that turns into a bug.
Generally
Well,
not. Or at least
she
send a
thought it
chicken
just
in first.
healed. Yeah. She thought it would just healed her. Like, and it did for a bit, but she got greedy and was like, I'm this young, maybe I can go younger. It's like, no, you're fine. Like, get out of there.
Like, no, I want to be 12 again.
Stop regenerating.
Okay. Well, if
Oh,
you go ahead.
another fun fact. I mean, not, well, about the episode, they actually had Aussies that were in Australia recording because of the lockdown. They were able to just like, yeah, they all did it over Zoom or something. Zoom
That the
as.
lag on that must have been a heck of a
Oh
thing.
no, they have a special program. It's not actually Zoom.
Okay.
It's
Still,
clear something, I don't remember what it's called, but it's a special program used for like recording and stuff.
yeah, I was just saying like like the at least what I've heard, the internet in Australia is less
Oh
than
yeah.
stellar. So,
Oh
like, it
yeah.
doesn't matter what the program was if the internet's less. I mean, I'm sure within Australia it's not that bad. If you were trying to access a site that's based in Australia, it wouldn't be that bad. But if you were trying to connect to, London from Sydney, I'm sure that's not exactly
Oh
fun.
yeah. Well, plus they record they
Somebody's gonna have to
record
stay up late, probably,
yeah.
or they'll have to
Plus
find a
they like
time when they can both be
I'm
awake.
sure they had their own recordings that they sent in too, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. But if you were trying to direct them from London, you'd have to accommodate that schedule. I'm sure that you're up 16 hours a day, so you can probably find an
Yeah.
overlap where it's not ridiculous. But
Yeah.
anyway, all right. Well, if we've run out of things to talk about with the Outback, and we have no further things to talk about in general, I'll go ahead and stop the stream.
Goodbye, lovely people. Subscribe to us and you get more content.
Boop.